I'm the co-founder and the CEO of Joist, and I'm going to walk you through our story today. If you look at the chart over here, you're going to see we've had quite the journey. And I'm going to share some of the lessons that we've learned, and specifically around scaling our business and product market fit. So we got our start a while ago. Before we were in the tech game, we were running a windshield repair company. We offered on-site windshield repair service. We scaled that across Winnipeg and Ontario, and grew to 3 locations to 100. And our secret weapon was this iPad app that we developed internally that helped us scale the company. Every employee had one, and a lot of our customers were actually trades contractors. And they'd go through this experience and they were blown away. And they were really looking for something like this for their own company. So we started to look into this a bit more, started talking to contractors and learning more about their problems, and decided to get out of the windshield repair business and into tech, with the goal of making contractors heroes and really providing them with the same superpowers that we had ourselves in our own company. So we recruited this handsome guy in the green hoodie, Mike, started our founding team. He's wearing a blazer, you can find him, and got to work. We convinced him to move back to Winnipeg from San Francisco during winter, so that was a really tough sell. We talked to a lot of customers, learned more about their problems, and what we found were that contractors spend a lot of time in the field, oftentimes in summer working 12 hours a day, really tough work. They'd have to go home at night, fumble around with their paperwork, and get it done late at night, which really hurt their quality of life. And we really empathized with these guys. So the initial product was focused around helping contractors work in the field, helping them create on-site estimates, invoices, getting paid, and they could do that in their truck or directly in the field with their clients. We launched the product in 2013, talked to pretty much every customer that signed up, and we got some great early traction. We found product market fit pretty quickly because it was a very narrow and well-defined problem, and it was a real problem that contractors felt. So we raised a Series Seed, ended up from Golden Ventures, way to go Tyler, and ended up moving to Toronto from Winnipeg, with the goal of growing the platform. And you can see some of our reviews here. And our goal was always to keep the product free. We wanted to keep it free, build a huge network of trades contractors, and then eventually monetize this large base and this large network of volume that was going through. So a year and a half later, after growing our platform, really growing to a sizable amount of contractors, we did just that. We experimented with our first business model, which was a marketplace, basically connecting homeowners with our contractors that were already using the Joist app. And we basically ran a pilot here in Toronto, worked out really well, put like 10 manual projects through this marketplace, and went great, got some early traction, and then did the fundraising process and raised a $12 million Series A from Matrix Partners. And after busting my ass for about 7 years, it felt like we were finally onto something and we were getting rewarded for our work. But cue the sad violin music and maybe horror music. We made a lot of mistakes here. Basically, at this time, we had done a lot of unscalable things with our local marketplace in Toronto, and the product just wasn't ready to scale. But when we raised that money, we went crazy. We 4x'd our team in less than a year. We kept growing at all costs, and we didn't take the time to really focus and improve that product, which was poorly defined at the time. We had a wide area of focus, and we made a lot of mistakes. So that brought me to one of the hardest days of my life, which was shutting the marketplace down and actually having to lay off a lot of people that I'd personally hired. And it was a huge blow to the stomach and one of the hardest things I've ever had to do. And on top of that, you can see the beautiful image here, or like terrible one, but we basically came across that we were leaving to San Francisco and leaving the Toronto community, which wasn't true. I hope someone asked the question, but it really affected our reputation and felt terrible. So where are we today? Well, it took a lot of soul searching. I probably could have done the 5-minute talk on how to rebound from a situation like that. But the main thing that we did is we rediscovered what originally made us great and our purpose and passion, right? Which was helping contractors run better businesses, helping them be successful and turning them into heroes. And thankfully, throughout our entire focus on this marketplace, our core product was growing organically, and more than it ever had, and we kept getting great reviews. So now we're at a scale where we're the largest trades platform in the world. We've got over 105,000 active businesses using the platform every month, huge amount of volume, and we're actually monetizing that scale today through credit card payments and homeowner financing product, where contractors are actually offering financing to homeowners to win more business. We're going to be profitable next month, and we're proudly based in Toronto. And a long story, but we never left, and we're really happy to be here, and happy to not be in Winnipeg. Glad we made that move too. But to sum it up, and the most important thing is our contractors, again, love and trust us. So that's the most important thing. So again, just to summarize, we did a lot of things well early on. We're now doing things very well again. In the middle, we made a lot of mistakes, and I've just outlined those here for you guys. So I hope you learned a lot out of that. Thanks.
A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take 2 questions from the audience.
Hi, great presentation. I just wanted to ask, you mentioned that at one point you rediscovered your purpose, and then that's how you got back onto winning ways. What did it take to rediscover your purpose?
Yeah, so it's a good question. So it took a long time because basically I think a lot of entrepreneurs in this room probably deal with the same thing. You have a really high bar for yourself and high expectations. So we were on that trajectory, like the first slide that I showed, and then dropped back down. And that, I didn't really care that much about what other people in the community felt, but for me, I felt like I'd really let myself down. And it really hurt after putting in all that work. So it took time. It actually took a couple months, if not more. Right? It was like a long journey. But what I had to do was kind of be grateful for what we had, which was a great product. Just looking at the reviews really helped, starting to talk to customers again and realizing how much impact the product was having on them. That really helped and reinvigorated my passion for getting to work and continuing to solve problems for these guys. So I hope that helps. But I also had a coach. So I would suggest that too. I talked to a lot of other founders. I hired an exec coach right after who coached me through a lot, and honestly, that really helped. Yeah.
Guys.